episode 152, Building a Custom GPT.
The primitive forms of artificial intelligence we already have proved very useful.
AI is a golden opportunity.
How do we ensure that this technology is regulated?
The long arc of technological history is now in an extraordinary new phase.
The AI 6 podcast with Joanne Sweeney.
I've switched into testing mode. I've built a custom ChatGPT to analyze this podcast, not just for downloads, but for insight, influence, and impact. In this episode, I'm sharing what's working, what's glitchy, and how you can apply AI in your real working life. Hello, and welcome back to AI 6, the podcast that takes away AI overwhelm and empowers you to embrace the tech and the tools with ease. I'm your host, Joanne Sweeney. ChatGPT has a brilliant feature called Custom GPTs. It lets you build a version of ChatGPT that acts like a virtual assistant, but with a specific role. You give it instructions, train it on your data by uploading files, and define how it should behave and the outputs that you want. So I've used GPT-4. I've gone into the Explore GPTs tab, and from there, clicked Create a GPT. It's a really simple setup process. You answer a few questions in natural language, like what the GPT's purpose is, what it should do, how it should respond, what tone it should use, and what outcomes you want. So here's how I defined mine. So the name is AI6 Analyst, and the role is to analyze my podcast episodes, identify patterns, and recommend actions. In terms of instructions, I've asked it to listen or to read my podcast transcripts, track themes, the emotional tone, guest mentions, and the formats that I'm using. Also to look at the topics, how they correlate with what's trending in news, and then have a look at each episode, performance in terms of listens, downloads, social media activity, website visits, commentary, and how they compare against other podcasts in their category. The goal is to help me improve my podcasts, improve reach, better understand audience behavior, and to repurpose high-performing content or expand those topics on the Long Listen Saturday episode. In terms of the personality, it should reflect me, but also it should be clear, strategic, and focused. Not overly optimistic. I'd prefer that it was pragmatic, and I want insight. So I uploaded a number of data points in order to train the custom GPT. Podcast episode MP3s, transcripts, a summary of my audience, and my ultimate podcast goals and KPIs. I've also given it access to analytics reports from my podcast platform, Buzzsprout. Once the custom GPT was built, I give it a workflow prompt that I now use and that I can reuse because it's already been trained. So after I publish a new episode, I drop into the GPT. Hey, AI6 Analyst, review this episode, identify key themes, emotional triggers, and any narrative shifts. Check for alignment with high-performing past episodes and also other high-performing podcasts in the AI or marketing category. Suggest 3 content repurposing ideas, 1 potential guest follow-up, and 1 channel where this might perform well next. So it's acting like my junior marketing strategist. And of course, I'm training it as I go. I want it to improve. So as I learn about its output, I can also improve it by giving it feedback. It's still not perfect. It's still making some assumptions. So it's really about trial and error. Here are some other use case ideas that you could use to set up and test your own custom GPTs. Research and information gathering. Why don't you create a custom GPT to compare prices and features across different products or services if there's something that you're doing regularly? How about some assistance with meetings and calendars? If you are sending out meeting requests, if you are looking to manage your calendar, you could set up a custom GPT to help you with that. It's also really good for report and document automation. Task the agent with creating reports, such as PowerPoints from long PDF reports, summarizing data in Excel, or repurposing documents into social content. You can also connect it with apps like Gmail or Google Drive where you can organize your files. And of course, for everyday personalized tasks, you can also use it. Maybe you want to plan and buy ingredients for your weekly shop. Maybe you want to reuse ingredients that are in your dry cupboards or in your fridge. Honestly, begin looking at AI as assistants at work or at home. But if you've also built your own custom GPT, talk to me about it. Let's use it as an interesting case study that I can share with my listeners. If you enjoyed this episode of AI 6, please share it with a pro you know. I'm Joanne Sweeney. I'll be back with you tomorrow.